Hey Gael, there's something that always gets people a little bit nervous when they're traveling or trying to practice their English, especially at a beginner level.
I think I know where you're going with this, Miguel. Is it ordering food at a restaurant in English?
Exactly. It's such a common situation, right? And it can be so intimidating. You're hungry, maybe a little stressed, and suddenly you have to navigate a whole menu and a conversation in a language you're not super confident in yet.
Absolutely. I've been there. That moment when the waiter comes to your table and you just freeze. Your mind goes blank and suddenly all those English words you thought you knew just vanish.
Right? It's like, food please? And then you just point. We've all done it. So today, we wanted to break it down for our listeners, especially beginners, on how to confidently order food at a restaurant in English.
Yeah, let's make it less scary and more delicious. We'll go through everything from walking in the door to paying the bill. Think of it as your ultimate guide to a stress-free dining experience in English.
Perfect. So, let's start at the very beginning. You walk into a restaurant. What's usually the first thing you need to say or hear?
Okay, so usually the host or hostess will greet you. They might say, "Hi, welcome," or "How many?" or "Table for one." And a simple, polite response is key. If you're alone, "Table for one, please." If there are two of you, "Table for two, please."
That's good. Simple, direct. What if you want to request something specific, like a table by the window or outside?
Great question. You can add, "Do you have a table by the window?" or "Could we sit outside?" And if they say no, just politely accept, "That's okay, thank you." Or, "No problem, thanks."
Okay, so you're seated, now what? The waiter comes, and they often ask, "Are you ready to order?" or "Can I get you started with some drinks?"
Exactly. If you need more time to look at the menu, it's perfectly fine to say, "Not yet, thank you. Could we have a few more minutes?" Or, "Just water for now, please." That gives you a breather.
That's a lifesaver, honestly, because sometimes you just need to process all the options. And speaking of menus, they can be overwhelming. What are your tips for beginners trying to understand an English menu?
My number one tip is to look for keywords. Often menus will have sections like appetizers, main courses, desserts, sides. Knowing those categories helps you navigate. Also, look for words you already know, like chicken, beef, fish, salad.
And if you don't know a word, my instinct is to just pick something that sounds familiar, even if I'm not sure what it is.
That's a common strategy, but you can do better. Don't be afraid to ask. You can point to an item and say, "What is this?" or "Can you describe the dish name?" Most waiters are used to this, especially in tourist areas.
That's a good point, and sometimes pictures help if the menu has them. But if not, asking is really the best way to avoid a surprise. I once ordered something I thought was a pastry, and it turned out to be a savory meat pie. Not what I was expecting for breakfast.
Haha, been there. Another great question to ask is, "What do you recommend?" This takes the pressure off you and gets you a local favorite. Or, if you have dietary restrictions, "Does this dish contain nuts?" or "Is this gluten-free?"
Oh, that's super important. Allergies especially. You definitely want to be clear about those. So, let's say you've managed to understand the menu, you know what you want. How do you actually place the order?
Okay, simple phrases are best. You can say, "I'll have the dish name," or "I'd like the dish name, please." For example, "I'll have the chicken pasta," or "Could I get the Caesar salad?"
And for drinks, just as straightforward.
Yep, exactly the same. "I'll have a glass of water," or "I'd like a Coke, please." Always add "please" and "thank you." Politeness goes a long way.
Absolutely. It makes you feel more confident, too, using those polite phrases. What if you want to customize your order a little bit, like no onions or dressing on the side?
Excellent point. You can say, "Could I have the salad with the dressing on the side?" or "Could you please make the burger without onions?" Be clear and concise. If they can do it, they will.
And sometimes the waiter will repeat your order back to you to confirm. That's a great opportunity to listen and make sure they got it right.
Totally. If something sounds off, you can say, "Actually, I ordered the fish, not the chicken." Or, "Sorry, I meant no olives, please." Don't be shy about correcting if it's not what you wanted.
Okay, so the order is placed. Now we wait for the deliciousness. What about during the meal? What if you need something extra?
Common requests include, "Excuse me, could we get some more water?" Or, "May I have some ketchup, please?" You can also ask for extra napkins, or a different fork if you drop yours. Just try to catch your waiter's eye and use those polite phrases.
And what if something isn't right, like your food is cold or it's not what you ordered?
This can be tricky for beginners, but it's important to know how to handle it. Politely, you can say, "Excuse me, I think there might be a mistake. I ordered the dish, but this is different dish." Or, "I'm sorry, but this is a bit cold."
It's all about staying calm and being polite, right? No need to get upset, just explain the situation clearly.
Exactly. Most restaurants want you to have a good experience, so they'll try to fix it. If your food is good and the waiter asks, "How is everything?" a simple, "Everything's great, thank you," or "It's delicious" is perfect.
Alright, the meal is done. You're full and happy. Now comes the moment of truth, the bill. How do you ask for it?
The most common way is, "Excuse me, could we get the check, please?" Or, "Can I have the bill, please?" Check and bill are often used interchangeably in English-speaking countries.
And if you're splitting it with friends?
You can ask, "Could we split the bill?" or "Can we have separate checks?" Sometimes they can do it, sometimes they can't, but it's always worth asking.
Then comes paying. Cash or card?
When they bring the check, they might ask, "Will that be cash or card?" Or, "How will you be paying?" You simply respond, "Card please," or "Cash please." If you're paying by card, they'll usually bring a machine to your table.
And tipping, that's something that can vary a lot by culture, and it's good to know the general practice in English-speaking countries.
Definitely. In places like the US and Canada, tipping is customary, usually around 15 to 20% for good service. In the UK, it might be 10 to 15%, and sometimes a service charge is already included. It's good to check the bill for service charge or gratuity first. If it's not included, a thank you and leaving a tip is a nice gesture.
Wow, we've covered a lot, from walking in to walking out. What are some final tips you have for beginners who are still feeling a bit nervous about this whole process?
My biggest advice is to prepare a little bit. Before you go to the restaurant, maybe look up the menu online if possible. Have a few key phrases ready in your mind. Practice saying, "I'll have," or "Could I get?" And remember, it's okay to make mistakes. People appreciate you trying to speak their language.
That's so true. Don't let the fear of making a mistake stop you from practicing. Every time you order food, you're getting better. And if you totally mess up, it's usually a funny story later.
Exactly. I remember once I tried to order chips in the US, expecting potato chips, but I got French fries instead. Not a bad mistake, just a fun cultural difference to learn.
Haha, I've had similar experiences. What about using technology like a translation app?
Oh, absolutely. If you're really stuck on a menu item, a quick search on your phone can save you. Just try to be discreet and don't spend too long staring at your phone when the waiter is waiting. It's a tool, not a crutch.
Right, and remember the power of observation. Watch how others are ordering, listen to the phrases they use. You can pick up a lot just by being attentive.
Couldn't agree more. And finally, just relax and enjoy the experience. Food is meant to be enjoyed, and practicing English in a real-world setting like a restaurant is one of the best ways to learn and build confidence.
It really is. So, next time you're at an English-speaking restaurant, our hope is that you feel a little more prepared, a little more confident, and ready to order that delicious meal.
Yeah, go out there and practice. And tell us about your restaurant adventures. We love hearing your stories. For now, thank you for joining us on Let's Talk About Food. We hope this helps you savor your next meal in English.
Absolutely. See you next time, and happy eating.